Hello everyone, this is Fine from Tech Gaming Villa. I hope you all are well. Today I'm going to talk about the Ford TV, the top left LG G3, top right Samsung S95C, and bottom left Samsung QN90C, which is a mini LED TV, and the OLED bottom right LG C3. The LG G3 are OLED TV. For my image quality comparison, I ranked the Samsung S95C up against three other OLED TVs, the LG G3, LG C3, and on the other side the Sony A80K. Samsung looked better than the LG C3 and the Sony, but not quite as impressive overall as the LG G3. The S95G and the LG G3 were definitely the best, standing out even above the other two spectacular looking 2023 OLED TVs, watching the montage of nature scenes and cityscapes. For example, both looked brighter and more dynamic, in particular in highlights like the setting sun or large patches of snow. Between the two, I got the impression that the LG G3 was slightly brighter, which I confirmed with spot measurements of my luminance meter. At times, the LG was quite a bit brighter, leading to a feeling of more pop and dynamics. The Samsung has an advantage. Meanwhile, in color saturation, its rares, in particular, for example, in the fields of tulips, a pile of strawberries, or the bulb of a cactus, looked richer than those of the LG G3 and other OLED TVs. Not to say that the LG G3's color looked undersaturated by any means, but next to the QD OLED, the difference was clear, and in very colorful scenes, especially ones with lots of red, I preferred the look of Samsung S95C. In mixed bright and dark scenes, however, the extra brightness of the LG G3 and its handling of shadows beat the Samsung. A scene of Seattle at night, for example, showed more detail in the dark trees and realism in the shadows that was missing from the Samsung S95C. Switching over to the Netflix, whose red logo provided another example of the QD OLED's color advantage, the story was similar. Altered Carbon remains a great HD demo, and in the first scene of Season 2, the S95C showed slightly richer reds in the lantern shades. It was delivered a bit less detail in the shadows and less impactful image overall. It's a tough call, and both TVs looked mind-blowingly good, but I prefer the image of the LG G3 day in and day out. Note that the above comparisons were made using Samsung's Filmmaker picture mode, which measured best movie mode despite being less accurate according to the measurement, delivered an image that some viewers might prefer with a bit more detail in shadows and brighter mid-tones. Unfortunately, movie introduces some smoothing by default, so I recommend disabling it. On gaming, S95C is an excellent gaming TV. It doesn't have quite the level of adjustments as the LG models, LG G3 or LG C3, but its game menus are still packed with options and games looked good. When you play Assassin's Creed Valhalla in the TV's standard picture modes, the colors on the Samsung popped more than on the others, although the grass and other natural objects looked more neon and less realistic. Sports mode delivered the most natural color, although I could also choose the original setting. This seemed to leverage the non-gaming models, which made colors look comparatively dull. I like the design of Samsung's game bar menu better than that of the LG. However, and it presented more information at a glance without having to delve deep into menus. Samsung also gives you an option to introduce more smoothing into games, Game Motion Plus, although I don't see why you'd want that. And unlike LG, you can also toggle on a virtual crosshair option, which I appreciated. Into Black was superb at around 9 milliseconds in game mode, basically the same as the LG's according to the Xbox details screen. The Samsung supported 4K 120Hz and VRR, but not Dolby Vision. The Samsung S95C is excellent in bright rooms, thanks in part to its highlight output, but it's not quite as bright as the LG G3. and its screen doesn't handle reflection quite as well. And if you see the Samsung QN90C, well, I'll just answer that question right now. Yes, in many key ways, the QN90C is a bit better than the comparative TCL QM8 or Hyzen U8K. Most notably, its upscaling and picture cleaned up processing is better than either the TCL or Hyzen TVs. When I watch low resolution and low bit depth content, Samsung does a better job of smoothing out color banding, pixelization, and posterization, all of which are fancy display terms for stuff that makes for a dirty, fuzzy-looking picture. The QN90C has a very clean, crisp image when playing back less than awesome content from Sling TV, YouTube TV, or cable and satellite boxes. So for everyday TV viewing, the Samsung QN90C here is a bit better than its cheaper competition. It's also got better out-of-the-box accuracy and color temperature when using the movie mode or filmmaker mode than its less expensive competition. And if you do want to have it calibrated to perfection, all the controls you need are here. The QN90C, being a Samsung QLED TV, also has 4 full bandwidth HDMI 2.1 ports that support 4K resolution all the way up to 144 Hz, with just about every flavor of variable refresh rate that you could want. And Samsung has a pretty handy gaming dashboard to further appeal to gamers. Its gaming presets, picture preset leaves little to be desired. I noticed that the backlight control system doesn't seem to be as effective in game mode as it is in the movie or filmmaker mode picture presets, and it tends to look over brightened to me. But overall, the QN90C outperforms its competition in many key ways. It's got a gorgeous picture, highly impactful HDR highlights with good highlight details, great contrast, and the black levels are excellent with no perceivable black crashing going on. So you keep all your low light details. The TV peaks at about 2000 nits for SDR and HDR, and it comes in just under 700 nits full screen white, which is very bright. Considering how bright it can get, blooming and halo are well controlled. You will see some blooming and halo when you have small, intensely bright objects on very dark backgrounds, especially off angle, but the black letter bars stay black and you don't see a massive bloom when you engage white subtitles over the letterbox bars the way you do on some TVs. Really, my way on the complaint from a performance perspective is that the backlight system itself seems to be a little slow moving. When using test patterns, the transition between backlight zones is a little sluggish, but to be honest, this was rarely visible when watching normal movie and TV content. Mostly, I spotted it when playing games where you move extremely quickly, causing a bright patch amid darkness to move rapidly on the screen. In those cases, it's apparent, but you will have to decide how often you think you will be doing that kind of thing with your TV. My only complaint non-picture performance perspective is around Tizen, which I could just do without, especially the autoplay video feature. That's bad on the internet and it's bad on your TV, and I still haven't found a way to turn it off. Moving forward, I am going to dig into a direct comparison between the Samsung QN90C and the TCL QM8. I'll let you decide whether the Samsung earns its premium price, but I hope I have made it clear that you definitely do get a bit more from Samsung. Whether you value those improvements enough to spend a lot more is up to you. But when we get out the weeds and take a 10,000-foot perspective, there's no doubt that QN90C is a really excellent TV and very much what I expected from Samsung. I was immensely impressed the first time I saw it, and I'm still very impressed. You don't need to root around in the picture settings a bunch to get a great picture. Just pick movie or filmmaker mode, whichever you like better and enjoy. This is the premium Samsung TV I think most folks should consider buying, and it is definitely a shortlist TV for anyone who values premium picture quality. So what's your thought? Which TV you like most on those 4 TVs? Yes, OLED QLED is the best, but mini LED is brighter and cheaper option. So the decision is yours, which TV you will pick. Tell me your thoughts on the comments below. That's it from now. If you like this video, please subscribe and press the bell icon for future notifications update. I have another channel named Awesome Tech Gaming Pro, where I upload similar kind of tech videos. Please visit this channel and subscribe for update. Have a good day. Thanks for watching.
To change up.